Yes.
Oh, good point. Okay, so I'm Wendell Giles. I'm the interim dean of the College of Arts and Media.
I'm David Castleberry. I'm the associate dean and also teach in the music department.
And I'm a musician also.
They met me last
And so they met
year.
you, okay. So I think you've met many of our folks already. So College of Arts and Media is journalism. It's music, visual arts, the School of Visual Arts and Design, School of Theater, School of Music. So, and in those schools there are a number of degree programs, and we pride ourselves on the fact that when someone comes to study music or art, theater, journalism, that they start in their major and studies in their major immediately, and so they can feel like that they really are working in their selected field right from the beginning of their Marshall experience. So I think that's probably the most compelling message to bring forward. I think Adam Dalton talked to you earlier today about music. In the case of music and theater, there are auditions that happen. So if you want to be a music major, you would arrange for an audition, and several of those happen. They're scheduled each spring. That's not to say that we can't make other opportunities to audition, but those are the ones that we organize. Also, there is an audition process involved in the theater department, and that happens right away at the beginning of the first semester. In art, there's not a portfolio that has to be provided, though it's a very nice thing to have a portfolio of your work ready to go. And I brought some information here, some of the material that Art and Design provided. So, what else can I add?
Well, I think there are a couple of things I'd like to underscore that have probably been alluded to and that Adam may have talked about. But one of the things is that because students in our college start in their major from the first semester, we have a built-in learning community. Students come in and immediately are with a cohort of students that become their family. And I think this is something distinctive in our college, that whereas around campus we have various ways to get students together and track, like the EDGE program, where they're taking several classes with the same group of students. Our music students are with other music students many hours a day. The art students are in studio classes many hours a day. The theater students practically live in the theater together. So, and journalism, that's true from the first semester as well. So I think that's an important component of their experience. A very different kind of thing that I think that we'd love for you to underscore, because I assume a lot of times when you're talking to students, you're talking to parents as well. The most frequent question from parents is my son or daughter going to be able to make a living with this? And it's a legitimate question. But what we usually tell students and parents is that they're not just learning to be a musician or an artist or an actor, but the skills that they learn in our college transfer to all kinds of activities. So our graduates go into many, many different kinds of entrepreneurial jobs in addition to the immediate field that they're studying. You may think, how many jobs are there for actors? You talk to our theater students and watch the way they can command a room. Any business will hire them when they go in for an interview. Students in music who walk on that stage and get accustomed to performing in front of several hundred people, they have a leg up when it comes to all kinds of public relations things, to problem solving, to all those things, and that extends across the college. So when parents raise the question about, will there be a job at the end of this rainbow? Yes, and we've extended our degree offerings now, in addition to our BFA degrees. Our newer BA degrees provide a lot more flexibility, so if students want to double major or have a minor outside of music to enhance their portfolio, as in business, communications, whatever, it's very much more doable now than it was even 2 or 3 years ago.
And along those lines also, we do collaborate with the College of Education. We do have the Bachelor of Arts in Music Education for music majors, but we also have that for art. And so we collaborate with them. And those, I was just reading in the paper today, there's a shortage of music teachers right now in our immediate area. So, and we've typically placed 100% of our music education graduates. So the first job is not a problem at all. So
And our students also who are in music education are certified K through 12. So they have a lot of flexibility in terms of where they go in terms of teaching.
they're gonna work.
Yeah.
Do they still have to do the praxis and all that stuff?
Praxis, oh yeah.
Praxis.
Yeah.
So, do any questions come to mind?
So the 3 recruiters that are closest to you are our new recruiters. Today's their first day.
Oh, very good.
I know we've had a little bit of background with journalism and music today, so if you could just touch a little bit more on maybe like visual arts or theater for us, just for them to kind of have a little bit more overview fully about the college.
I've just written a little bit about theater because we're into program review right now. And so in theater, they do take basic fundamental classes in acting. In music, in theater, you have a choice of going in the route of performance or in the route of production. And both have their values, of course. You take fundamental courses. At the end of the second year, there is a boundary where there's an assessment point, and then you start working towards your final capstone at that point. In art, once again, they take fundamental courses. There's flexibility in whether they're going to go into painting or graphics arts or photography. There's a new major that is actually in a couple of our schools, which is a video production major. So there's a flexibility there too. There's the same system of barriers along the way, or maybe we shouldn't call them barriers. They're assessment points to make sure that you're progressing as you should in that particular area.
I think with visual art, one of the things that maybe this doesn't enter your realm as much as it does us when they come to see us, but a lot of students really have no idea what it means to be an art major. And all art students take a series of what they call foundation courses. And it's somewhat about skill development, but really it's about how an artist looks at the world, which is true whether you're sitting at a computer being a graphic designer or a sculptor or a printmaker or working with fibers. It's the way artists process visual information and translate that into other media. And so when a student has finished that battery of courses, they've had a lot of opportunity to dabble in a variety of media and have a lot better idea where their focus is going to be at that point. One of the things that the art department is justifiably proud of when we get students on campus, before they even come to campus, we start talking to them about the facility we have. For many years, and he and I, and well, all 3 of us have been here a good while. For many years, the art program was dispersed to various classrooms among several buildings. What they have now downtown in the Visual Arts Center is truly competitive with any facility in the country. And there's an entire floor devoted to graphic design, entire floor to painting, to weaving, to printmaking, and so on. The only things that are not in that building are sculpture and ceramics, which are in a 20,000 square foot warehouse down at 20th Street. So there's probably not a program in the country that boasts better facilities for art students. And if we can get them down there to see that facility and take a tour, they're almost always wowed by what's available down there.
It's also a wonderful part of town.
Yep.
And where it's nestled downtown, they have some cooperative programs with some of the downtown businesses for some internships, especially with graphic design, who's required to do an internship. So-
And that's the largest single area is graphic design, so they're positioned perfectly to go out into the business communities.
So I don't know if you can see, but here it is. So that would be taken from the vantage point of the Pullman Plaza Cinemas across the street. So it was a renovated department store, and it's really state of the art. You know, as far as facilities concerned, also it's worthwhile mentioning just the Joan C. Edwards Performing Arts Center, where the theater School of Theater is located. That's a complex that dates from 1992, but it still is state of the art. They have an enormous production facility in there, and it's a wonderful proscenium theater and also an experimental theater. Still okay? Was that thunder?
They're doing stuff in that room over there in the corner.
And by the way, if any of you have not been to either of those facilities and would like to, please don't hesitate. They're very happy to give you tours.
We give
and let
tours
you
all the
see.
time.
Yeah.
In music, we are a little bit spread out. In this same complex over here with theater, there's the Jomi Jazz Center, which that houses our jazz program, obviously from the name, but also has our wonderful recording studio, a very large recording studio space. That's a real plus. Most of our music studies happen in a newly renovated Smith Music Hall, which is on the corner of Hal Greer and 3rd Avenue. And then we do have a large complex in the basement of the Henderson Center, which is the home for the Marching Thunder Marching Band. That's their production point. And they have their rehearsal field right outside. So we feel that we're very, the university has worked hard to make sure that the arts are well represented at Marshall University. And we work hard to make sure that our students are well trained and are going to have a positive experience.
And this has been said already, I know, but there is not another college that's as visible on campus and in the community as College of Arts and Media, whether it's the radio station, broadcasting, or through, the Parthenon, or through the other arts programs.
Our Dean Emeritus, Don Van Horn, often would say that the College of Arts and Media is the doorway to the university. So, let us know how we can help.
Do you have any questions for us or anything?
No? So when do you start going out?
Late August.